¿Qué pasa, calisténicos?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Como ven, estoy aquí con Ruslan Saibov. Me lo han pedido muchos desde que se mudó a Tenerife, me han insistido mucho en que grabe un vídeo con él y por petición popular, aquí lo tienen. Lo que vamos a hacer hoy es una rutina que me va a proponer él. Según me ha contado, es una rutina que es tipo reto, por si ustedes se quieren animar a intentarla. Son 5 sets que se hacen sin bajarse de la barra. También si algún compañero youtuber valiente se quiere animar a probarlas, pues bienvenido sea. Yo voy a intentar hacerlas, pero no prometo nada porque este hombre es una bestia y me da miedo cómo pueden ser, no sé cómo son, así que veremos. Y también le voy a grabar una entrevista preguntándole todas las dudas que ustedes tienen sobre su entrenamiento y demás. Y voy a ir intercalando ambas cosas, la rutina y la entrevista. Así que espero que el vídeo les resulte entretenido y vamos a empezar.
Sí.
Let's go.
Damn.
Le he pedido que la rutina sea representativa de su entrenamiento normal para que ustedes tengan un ejemplo de cómo suele entrenar él. Así que vamos a ver qué tal están esos sets que nos propone, esos retos por así decirlo, y a ver en qué consiste.
So the first set is going to be one of my favorite ones. You guys know it for sure. 1 pull-up, 1 muscle-up, 1 bar dip. 10 times without leaving the bar. So 1 pull-up, 1 muscle-up, 1 bar dip is 1 round. We need to do 10 without leaving the bar, or with the least minimum amount of breaks. My turn, Charlie.
Go. Come on. Come on.
Ah.
Oh. Ahorita, el rollo de poder hacer las muscle-ups lentas tiene sus ventajas por lo que veo, Me comenta Ruslan que normalmente descansa en este tipo de rutinas entre set y set, entre 10 y 15 minutos. Así que ya saben, el tiempo de descanso es largo y nosotros vamos a ir aprovechando para seguir con la entrevista. So, Ruslan, can we start with your info, like age, where do you come from, height, weight, everything?
So, first of all, I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to sit next to this guy and to be able to share something about myself to the Spanish community. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. So my name is Ruslan Saibov. I'm 26 years old. I was born in Ukraine, so ucraniano. Temporarily, I'm in Tenerife, obviously, but I live in Poland. So I can't really say that I live in Poland because I started to live in a such style that I don't really belong to one place, you know? So yeah. I try to move around to know each culture, each language, you know, people from around the world.
On the calisthenics parks everywhere.
Yeah, right. And this place, I mean, the Tenerife is a rich place when it comes to calisthenics and calisthenics parks. So I'm really happy to be here. My height is 177 or 178. It always shows different, hence maybe on the gravity or whatever. But yeah, 177 centimeters, and my weight is 83 kilograms. But it usually fluctuates from like 78 to 82 depending on the season, depending on my diet, goals, and etc.
How long have you been training? How did you discover calisthenics?
Well, it's been 12 years since I've started training, but in sports I have been since I was 6 years old, so it's almost 20 years. I used to play football. I call it a professional level because it wasn't just playing ball on the street. It was training in the morning, training in the afternoon, and then the game in the
club,
evening.
No?
Yeah, like a club. I started calisthenics 12 years ago, and it was absolutely random. Every time I tell this story, it's never getting old. Like, me and my friends, we went to the park near my house in Ukraine. Someone, I don't even remember who, someone randomly said, let's do a ladder of pull-ups.
Oh, you started like with a proper routine.
Yeah, right. This routine is pretty popular with in Ukraine when it comes to army. In military, ladders and calisthenics in general is a very popular thing in army. So everybody knows this. So someone randomly said, let's do a ladder of pull-ups, and there was like 10 people in the group, and only one person couldn't do even one single rep. Guess who this guy was? Me. And it hurt my ego, my self-esteem, and I decided to learn how to do the single pull-up. So it was the beginning of the summer, and I decided that I was going to come to the park every late night so nobody could see me struggling, because who cannot do the pull-up at the age of 15 years old when you're a guy? Sports guy. It's kind of embarrassing. So I felt this, and I was afraid of what others could have think about me. So I decided to work out at late night, and it took me 3 months to learn how to do a single pull-up. Now, I'm a coach, and now when I teach someone, they are able, I'm not trying to exaggerate, but like, let's say 3 to 5 weeks it takes to learn one pull-up, más o menos. So it was hard, but after I completed my first pull-up, my progress went up so fast. And then I just bumped into one of the videos on YouTube. Hannibal, yeah, Hannibal for King, Hannibal and Barilla. And I was shocked what this man, I was like, the hell, how he puts his body like in this way, and then he does this thing with his legs. I was like, what the hell? And then he does the muscle up like this. I didn't even know the name for the muscle up, and he was doing it so easy. I was motivated to start learning such things, and it was just going like this since then.
So at the beginning it was maybe Hannibal, and who else was like your model, your reference? And nowadays, who is or are your references and your role models, to say?
Obviously, Hannibal wasn't someone who I was going to look up to on a long-term basis.
Or wasn't?
He wasn't. He wasn't because, static athlete or, what I mean?
Yeah.
What happened is I watched the video 20 muscle-ups, thanks for watching, from Zev Zakavelli. And this guy changed he changed my life. I'm not gonna lie. He changed my life. Shout out to Zev, even though I haven't spoken to him for like ages. This is the guy who really put a lot better things in my life than I used to have. So yeah, he inspired me to clean my muscle ups to the point that it looks like nothing, like everybody in the world can do this. And this is what I do now. I decided to, join the Barbarian team because he was the leader of the Barbarian team. And I joined them and I met them, blah, blah, blah.
By doing the Barbarian requirement.
Sure. In 2014.
In less than 5 minutes, and
it used to be easier. It used to be easier at the time.
Like,
in 6 minutes.
In 6 minutes.
It was the same requirement, but in under 6 minutes.
And nowadays, do you have anyone else that inspires you, or maybe the same?
In calisthenics, no, because I'm the one who people look up to. Of course, I get inspiration from you, from the cameraman, from everybody in calisthenics, and especially those strong guys. But I'm trying to be the reference. I'm trying to be someone's, not idol, not someone people want to be, but someone who can change people's life. I had a chance to, change my life by Zeph's vision 8-9 years ago. But in general, I look up to Cristiano Ronaldo. Not because he is famous, not because he's the best. Work ethic. The amount of work this man puts in is tremendous. The amount of professional approach he has is crazy. So yeah, this is the man. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the second set of the routine, and then we continue the interview. So the second set.
The second set is going to be the same amount of reps. It's going to be 10 muscle ups, 10 bar dips, and 10 pull-ups like in the previous routine, but we're going to split it in this way. 2 pull-ups, 2 muscle ups, 2 bar dips, 5 times without leaving the bar.
I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Got this. Oh no!
Go! One more. Go! 5. Woo! Okay, so it's time to talk about the muscle ups. You are really known for your muscle ups and for the slow muscle ups. I want you to tell how did you start to train muscle up? How did you specialize in it? How were you able to do the slow muscle up and everything you can?
Okay, if I had to tell you the whole story, it would take like a few weeks. But well, I told you guys that Zeph was my inspiration, but also for the muscle up, Lee Wade Turner from UK also affected my muscle ups a lot. What I did, I studied how Zeph and I studied how Lee, and I tried to take the best out of those, and I created something like iron wrist. I don't like the word invented, created, because of course some people did this before me. Like obviously, to think that you invented something like this after in 21st century, after the sports have been there for like ages, it's stupid, but I made it famous. And how did I do this for the first time is kind of funny, because winter, December, January, and February in Ukraine is kind of different from Tenerife. So we get like -10 and -15 there. And I used to work out in such weather. And me and my friends, we went to the park and it was like -10, maybe snowy, freezing. We were doing muscle ups, and all of them had gloves to use, right? So their palms didn't get so cold. And actually palms were getting stuck to the bar like this, and it didn't move. I was just wondering how would it feel if I didn't use the gloves. So I grabbed the bar and I did the muscle up, the wrist transition.
But did you have the gloves or no?
No gloves.
No gloves.
My hands were stick to the bar. And I came down and my friends were looking at me like, what the hell did you do? How did you do this? Do it again. And I did it again and again and again. And I loved it so much. I loved the way my friends reacted to this muscle up. So I was like, all right, this is my thing. I can do it. And since then, I started doing this. And for this day, I tended to do muscle ups like regularly, the regular transition.
You change.
Yeah. And it wasn't something special. It was just a regular clean muscle up. So yeah, this is how I kind of invented the iron wrist. But how I've got specialized in this, I cannot really say.
Came natural.
It has become natural for me. And it's been so many years that I can't really tell. But definitely I've got this feeling from people who admire me for my muscle ups. So subconsciously, I was like putting more and more effort to master this movement. So this is how it's probably been.
So next question. How would you describe your training program nowadays, and how did you like manage it around the week and everything?
Well, my training has been different for all those 12 years, obviously. But if I have to tell you what I'm doing now and how did I come into this stance of optimizing training into this way and that way, this is what I do. I work out from Monday to Saturday every single day. On Sunday is my only day off from like everything. I do skills when I pull up front lever. I don't have to tell you. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday I do skills in the morning. Also, I do cardio every morning from Monday to Saturday.
Running around? Or
Yeah,
like
running, burpees, any kind of cardio. I try. If you guys watch me, you see that I'm not that guy who always does the same. I'm trying to, go from this to that and vary my trainings to make it fun. I train the strength and endurance, my main, speciality, Monday to Saturday as well.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. From Monday to Thursday. Friday is the day off from strength training, and then on Saturday. I hope I'm not getting you guys confused right now. On Wednesday, I'm doing leg day, and mobility is the everyday thing from Monday to Saturday. Let me put it clear once again. Monday, 4 trainings: cardio, mobility, skills, strength. Tuesday, cardio, mobility, strength. Wednesday, cardio, mobility, legs. Thursday, cardio, mobility, strength. Friday, cardio and mobility, kind of an easy day. Saturday is 4 trainings again, and Sunday is leave me alone, okay? How do I optimize my training? I don't die at every session, obviously. Like, there are barely any workouts in my, training plan that require me to go all in. Because if I did, I wouldn't be able to complete any workout day by day like I do. So usually it varies from 80% of the maximum intensity, volume, intensity, everything, to 40. So sometimes it's just like 4 easy sets. So let's say the training we're doing now, it's like 80% of my maximum intensity. Considering the whole intensity, volume, and the rest time in between the routines. Sometimes it's just like half of this. I vary it. I said that I don't do the same thing every day and even every week. The structure of each workout is the same. So let's say on Monday, I always do some isometrics with the reps included. So together, right? And wait, on Tuesday, it's usually sets. It's Tuesday today, so we're doing sets without leaving the bar. Wednesday, as I told you, is a leg day. Thursday is also sets or EMOMs. Sunday is the day off, and Saturday is the day when I do some crazy endurance.
So you can rest on Sunday?
Yeah, I can rest on Sunday. So on Saturday is probably my the hardest training, where I go really, really hard for like time. For example, barbarian requirements. This is a tough routine. So I predicted, how do I evaluate my progress? How do I progress? After each cycle of training, which is 3 weeks, I do the deload. Deload, for those who don't know, is it's kind of the rest time, but active rest. Let's say we could do the deload in order to recover from heavy workouts, to let our body recover from our central nervous system, from the load we put on our nervous system, so we don't get fatigued, we don't get stuck in the progress. It usually lasts from like 3 days to 7 days. And during this deload, I do just
really easy
stuff, different stuff that I don't usually do to rest.
Like maybe 50% or
even less, minus 50%. After this cycle, I go up with the intensity. Pretty much I'm doing the same thing, but I'm increasing reps. I'm decreasing the rest time in between the routines. Obviously I test my max reps regularly every month. After deload, I test my maximum and pull-ups, muscle-ups, push-ups, dips, so I can measure. I hope it was pretty clear, even though it was
I have a question. When you do the deload, for example, you do a week of deload, and then when you start over again, like on the next Monday, do you feel like you have to get it again? Like you start like a little bit lower and you have to go
Yeah,
back.
the first week is always some kind of post deload
Recovery,
week.
so-
Yeah, it's like you're kind of recovering from the recovery, and you're trying to pace yourself. It's like, you know, running like this and then speeding it up,
And then
Right.
you feel the progress the next weeks
Yeah.
from the before the deload.
I think it was pretty clear, I hope.
Yeah, I think so.
Even though it might be confusing, but it's so, you know, it's so complex, it's so compound, and there is a lot of stuff to tell.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I think you face this too. A lot of people ask on social media, like, I do 5 pull-ups, 10 dips every day for like 20 sets. Is it good?
Is it good?
It may be good,
question.
it may be not good, because everybody is different. And listen, when I'm telling you how my workout looks, when Yerai is telling you how his workouts look, it doesn't mean that you need to stick to the same schedule. It means that you can take the best from what we are saying. You can test it, analyze it, retest it, and then decide whether it works for you or it doesn't. You know? Yeah, take our experience and try to apply it.
That's a great advice. Let's do the third set.
Now we're going to do the same amount of reps, 10 muscle ups, 10 bar dips, and 10 pull ups, but we will put it this way: 5 pull ups, 5 muscle ups, 5 bar dips, 2 rounds.
¿Vamos? Ah, bien luchado.
No. 2, 3. Va. So, let's talk about the no reps and half reps. I have talked to you in private about the thing because in some of my videos I see people doing no reps and I say 0, 0, 0.
Yeah,
But I have another video that I will put here or whatever for people to see, in which I explain that half reps or partial reps or partial ROM can be useful for a lot of things in a lot of situations and can be used in training. I think you have talked also about this.
Yeah. Let me take 10 seconds to promote myself. You can go to my YouTube and check one of the videos, which is just the no rep against shorter range of motion debate. This is my favorite topic, probably because I get judged by some people, especially youngsters, who are just not familiar with how our body works. I'm not getting offended, or I'm not blaming anyone for not knowing this, because I used to be the same back in the days when I thought that only this counts. This is true. This is literally true.
Yeah, if you want to compete.
Yeah, during the competition, obviously, you need to lock out and put your chin over the bar. On the push-ups, you need to touch the floor or the bar with your chest. No kipping, no nothing. I've been to competitions. I won some prestige ones, so I know this. What is it all about? There is a confusion in between short range of motion and bad form. This is not the same. Not the same guy. Bad form is CrossFit pull-ups. Even though I don't hate on CrossFitters, I really admire them, but the only thing I could blame them for is pull-ups. It's the pull-up they do and the muscle. So this is the bad form, and this is not even the bad form for the competition or whatever, likes, views, whatever. It's the bad form for your body. Partial reps is something different. Partial reps mean that you are going to do the same body alignment, legs together, everything like during the competition, but just with the last round, with the last range of motion. So what does it stand for? It stands for weak point, because, for example, some people are able to do a lot of reps, but they eventually get stuck at some, starting point over here or finishing point over here. Same goes for the street lifting. This is why in street lifting there are partial reps. This is just a part of your training in street lifting. But let's come back to endurance and high volume reps. To unblock those weak points, you need to practice those weak points for reps. Also, you can open your mind, the mental block that you set by yourself. For example, you're able to do 30 cleanest pull-ups and you want to complete 35, but you have been struggling to complete just one more rep for years and you don't know what to do. You know what to do? Shorter range of motion will save your life. We have such thing as muscles. Those muscles, they contract and they stretch. The cycle is this: contraction and decontraction. Your body gets used to the same amount of those contractions, of those cycles. Let's say it's 30, like I gave you an example. And in order to break and set the new limit for your muscle block, your muscle whatever, right? You know what I mean. You need to shorten your range and complete 35, 40, 33, whatever, just more. So you unblock your muscles capacity, and with time, you obviously are going to make it better.
Breathe. Vamos la última.
For me, planche is kind of easy, but front lever is really, really difficult for me.
I learned front lever in 2011 in 1 month. It's been 12 years since then, and I'm still not able to hold a decent planche. Get the hell out of here.
And another thing, have you had any big injury, like that you have to stop training for a lot of time or something?
Well, coming back to this front lever, I learned it in 1 month, but it costed me, I didn't have a strong foundation.
Maybe the tendons.
Yeah, tendons. My scapula was not on point at all. And trigger points? So this is what happened to me. I've got a lot of trigger points triggered, and I've got some 3 or 4 spots in my spine that got hurt. I went to the doctor, which was not really aware of how the rehabilitation works, and he just told me to stop workout.
Fully stop.
Yeah, just stop. The easiest thing, people get some illness, like let's say cancer, and they just want to cut you. And this is what happens when you get injury and you go to the doctor and he just says, why did you even start working out? Why did you work out to this point that you got hurt? Like, man, I've came here for help.
They are like, stop training,
stop
and then after a month or something, maybe do some swimming.
You see, I'm from Ukraine, he's from Spain, and doctors be saying the same thing. Stop and then maybe some swimming. Maybe some swimming is good. So what I didn't stop workout, but my mother put some pressure on me to stop for at least a few weeks. And this was the longest break I've ever took in calisthenics. 2 weeks. During 12 years, I took only 2 weeks off. And I came back, workout. Obviously, I learned from this injury to stop rushing the process. Yeah. And I stepped back. I focused on basics, on mastering, scapula, strength, everything, core, which could allow me to learn more advanced things. This was actually the time when I watched the barbarian videos more, and I've got more into endurance and strength, into sets like this. I left the skills work and I went to strength and endurance. And what's funny is that a lot of people don't know about me winning the freestyle competition in 2012, and I was the only guy there who could hold the front lever.
2012, like international competition?
No, Ukrainian.
Ukrainian national.
After winning the competition, I felt like a king. I started ego lifting, and I started doing front lever with the weighted vest. Some things that I didn't need.
And
I've got injured. So after this, I started doing basics, and I'm doing it till now, and I haven't been seriously injured since then. Yeah. Of course, I'm not gonna lie, every professional or an advanced athlete who works out vigorously and every day and so on, we get those minor injuries, little pain here, little pain here.
Bueno, el quinto y último set, o último reto, como quieran verlo, ¿en qué consiste? Dilo en español.
El set consiste en 5 dominadas y 1 muscle up y 5 fondos. Y bajando. Y bajando para 1, 1, 1.
1, 1, 1.
Para.
Hasta llegar a, ¿no?
Sí. Bajando hasta
1, 1, 1. Vamos.
¿Bien?
Feel the power, I can feel the power. Feel the power. Yeah, money that is time and hour. So, well, I better activate the power. I'ma activate it, gotta make it, gotta chase it. I don't care what they be saying, I'ma do it now. And I've been really safe and I ain't giving up and I ain't giving in. Do it now for the dividends. I'll be on the
Te la abriste.
gotta get it cause I got my mind on some bigger things. So man, I ain't gonna give in now. I'm just gonna live this now. I'm not gonna give in, I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town cause I gotta be that king in the ring when I'm knocking them out when I'm back with the wheel. Cause I am just up on the journey, you just know that I'm just going insane.
Último. Vamos, fuerte.
¡Vamos!
Bastante. Okay, this is one of the most asked questions by the followers. What would you recommend to someone who wants to improve in endurance? Do more reps, being able to do like difficult sets and everything.
First, we need to realize that there is no golden advice that would fit in for everybody. As we usually say, everybody is different, everybody needs a specific type of approach to his or her training. But what I'm going to tell you, you need to write it down and you gotta read it every single morning. And you gotta think about it every single day. Stay consistent. Keep adding intensity into your workout so you get out of your comfort zone. 2 things, stay consistent, because this is something not everybody is able to do. Everybody's seeking for some motivation from this, from that, from there, from here. Motivation won't last. It's so cliche, but you gotta realize this, because motivation will not take you to the competition, to the to the top fitness level and so on. Dedication, consistency will. I'm saying this instead of some specific routine or, do push-ups like this and not like that, because you can already find this in workout programs from me, from the calisthenics application, from Yerai. It's everywhere. It's not free sometimes, but for the priceless knowledge you need to, you gotta get into it. A lot of people don't speak about is consistency, and just stay dedicated to what you decided to do, because it's not gonna be bright, it's not gonna be sunny every day during your journey. Trust me, I've been there. I've been through all the different situations that could have messed me up mentally, physically, and so on. I've been to the situations that could make me stop working out, but I didn't. I knew that most of average people would quit, and what then? I would just join the mediocrity. And you gotta realize this when you're training, when you're creating your plan, workout plan, or you're setting your goals, short term or long term. You need to realize that you need to stay, I'm trying not to curse, freaking consistent.
Okay, now, if someone wants to hire you as a trainer, online trainer, I suppose, can they do that, and how?
Yes, you can. Of course you can. Go to RuslanSaibov.com or just put Ruslan Saibov in the Google search. I guess you will put some links. Just click on the link, or if you don't want to click on the link, just go to my Instagram. I have pretty much everything there, the whole information in my profile bio. Just click there, go to the shop section, and it will have a bunch of workout programs, ebooks, and online coaching. So yeah, if you want it, you will find it. Trust me.
Okay, and lastly, what the future holds for you? What are your plans?
I tend not to talk about my plans, but I can tell you this, that I'm going to continue promoting this sport to people, trying to share this positivity, try to make people happy, successful, if it's with my coaching or just simple conversation in the park with the random person, traveling, trying to stay at the, I would say, top of strength and endurance category in calisthenics, trying to be versatile, complete, improve my weak spots. Nothing specific, but on a long-term basis, you will see some big things.
Se vienen cositas, tienes que decir. Se vienen cositas.
Se vienen cositas.
Calisténicos, como han visto, una rutina durísima. Para él ha sido su 80%, para mí ha sido como el 150%, pero ha estado muy bien. Les reto a que lo intenten, ustedes o mis compañeros youtubers, quienes quieran que lo intenten. Y como han visto también, la entrevista muy interesante y muy útil. Así que muchas gracias. Thank you, my friend. ¡Oh, el callo! Y nada, si les ha gustado, ya saben, muestren su apoyo a este vídeo, sigan a Ruslan en sus redes sociales y si les gusta mucho, pues seguiré trayendo entrenamientos con él, lo que ustedes quieran. Un saludo y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo.
Un saludo.